Hi, this is Deva. This is a reading for the new moon in Gemini tonight that is happening. My intent is for what it's bringing in for the week ahead for the collective. So I'm going to tap into the energies and what we need to know and what Spirit wants to bring us. So I'm just going to do it'll be a shorter reading, and that's it. Let's start. Spirit, what do you wish to tell us tonight for this new moon? What is this new moon energy bringing in for the collective for this next week and this next chapter of our lives? What can we expect this week going through? Oh, that was quick. Going through this new moon. I love it. I'm going to pull all the cards and then I'll read. And just so you know, I'm an intuitive reader. And there's a little spider showing up. I don't know if you can see him. He's so tiny. That speaks to me of weaving new dreams. Spiders weave their webs, right, and into fruition, and that speaks of new dreams that are being weaved into reality. That was really beautiful. I don't know if you could see him. I'll have to go back and look. What I was saying is I'm an intuitive reader. What's on the cards, the messages aren't always what speaks to me. I get channeled messages from Spirit. So sometimes it's both, sometimes it's either or. So I wanted to let you know sometimes what I'm reading on the card isn't necessarily the words or verbiage on it. So let's get the next card out. Spirit, what do you... Oh, wow, they're just flying out tonight. And I got two in this one, so... Okay. Wow. I already feel this energy. It's so new and... Wow. Yeah, let me get all the cards out before I start speaking. There's a lot coming in. Spirit, what do you wish the collective to know for this next chapter, for this next week especially, that this new moon is bringing in for us? Okay, and there's another message, and I'm going to have to move my candle because it's melting my... I wasn't quite paying attention when I placed it. And it's melting the arm of the thing that the camera's on. Give me a quick moment. I'm just going to have to move this out of camera shot, but it's still lit. And that's another message to be mindful. Be mindful about your actions, your words, your next steps. Think about things before you act. Respond, right? With mindfulness, because when you just place things haphazardly, when you do things haphazardly, things don't always turn out the way we want them to. I burned a big old, I wish I could show you. It melted. It's plastic, so, and it stinks, and it made a mess, and I wasn't paying attention where I put my candle beforehand, so that speaks loudly. So back to the card part of the reading. That is part of the reading, but okay, this first card, the falling moon, release blocks. That speaks to me of the last full moon we had. A lot of us, full moon is for release, right? New moons are typically for welcoming in the new and what we intend to plant seeds for in the next chapter coming up. And this speaks to me of the last full moon, what we released, to focus on that. What was it that you released? What was going on during the last full moon? If you don't know, kind of look up the dates. I don't remember offhand when it was. It was, it wasn't too long ago. But what was happening in your life? What were you releasing? And whatever that was, be mindful of it and make a note of it, because it's important to your next steps. It's important to your next chapter. Whatever you're releasing is making room for whatever you want to bring in now to your life, whatever you're working on, projects, new relationships, whatever it is that you're working on in your own life. And this is a collective reading. It's a general collective reading. It's not a personal reading. So take only what resonates with you and is speaking to you in your own life, and leave the rest, because it might not, all the messages might not be for you tonight. So just keep that in mind. It's a collective energy of, a lot of people. So, yeah, that's what this speaks to. Let me look up in the book really quick what this speaks to in the book, but that's what it's speaking to me intuitively, is to look up or make note of what was going on during the full moon, which just passed. And I do have cats, so if you hear them in the background, that's what's going on. So let me look this up really quick. It's speaking of it just so things aren't blocked, right? We want to release things before, sorry about the book. We want to release things before we welcome in new things. Things have to be released. So take a look at what was going on during the full moon, and Spirit saying you might want to release some things working into this new moon energy. So let's see what this has to tell us. The falling moon. Okay. Something about your situation is blocked. There could be some repressed emotions swirling around your current situation that need to be released. Anger in particular could be blocking you now. This is a problem because emotions are like the water as you ride along the river of life. Block your emotions, and it's as though the river has dried up, so you can no longer cruise or drift or even lurch forward. We'd all like a straight answer to our questions, but sometimes that answer is inside you, and you need to release all the rubbish that is blocking that answer from surfacing. Kind of like what I said, just releasing things that no longer belong to make room for the new that's coming in for the new moon. And I'm specifically getting spirits guiding me to this last full moon, what was going on in your life. Things might need to be released before you welcome in new things in this new moon. So let me finish. This card reminds you to practice self-care and to process your emotions. It's a myth that being strong and silent is healthy. It's healthier to allow yourself to express your emotions, and that may be exactly what you need to do now as a response to your current situation. If you believe that insecurity on your part is currently holding you back from success, this card is a reminder that only you can work on yourself. The additional meanings for this card are: be honest about your feelings, take anger management lessons. I know all of us can go through that at times. Breath work will help you now. Ask someone older than you for advice. You've lost your way and need to recalibrate. Okay. Okay, and I'm guided to this Radiance card again. Just the main energy in this reading is welcoming in the new, is forging through the old. This reminds me obviously of the phoenix, which burns itself, to the ground. It's kind of like the Tower card in the tarot. Burns itself in the ground and builds itself from the ashes again. It rebirths itself from the ashes and into something new and beautiful and amazing and powerful. And I think a lot of us are doing that right now. A lot of us are, getting rid of what no longer works in our lives and making room for new things. We are getting rid of material things. We're getting rid of relationships that no longer serve us, that no longer work, to welcome in all that new, beautiful energy, the creativity that comes along with it. I know myself this week, my brain won't stop creating. It's so beautiful. I've been closed for a while on that, in that avenue, I guess, and creativity is just flowing. I've made so many notes and my notebooks are filling up. It's just really beautiful. And I'm waiting for the energy to settle and kind of balance so I can start new projects. It's really exciting. So that's what's speaking to me. Also in this adventure card, same thing. She's like looking towards a new path, a beautiful path, a path that I feel like she's never been on before. And she's leaving the old behind, right? She's looking forward. She's looking to the future. And just even this crescent moon, right? That comes right after the new moon. So this week, this is what I'm kind of asking Spirit about, is what's coming in. What is the new moon bringing in for us this week and into the next chapter of our lives? And it's speaking of new beginnings, new adventures, rebirthing ourselves, letting go of the old so we can welcome in what belongs to our lives. And that in itself is going to bring new growth. You see all the lush green in here, leading to, again, the orange in this card speaks to me of creativity, the solar plexus, the sacral chakras, which are confidence and creativity. It's where our soul's essence lies, in our sacral chakra. It's, whether you're man, woman, it's in that womb space, right below the navel, right above the pelvic floor, in between those. And it all has to do with our sexual energy, which fuels our creativity. And that, just the orange, the colors just meld in. I'm kind of reading it this way, kind of clockwise. And these colors meld in here, and then we get new growth. And it's just a really beautiful time in life, is what I'm hearing. And it's going to lead to peace. It's going to lead to, we start creating, and that's what we're here for, is to create beauty on this planet for others. Whatever that looks like to you, whatever that means to you. Maybe it's a beauty, maybe you're an accountant and you crunch numbers and that's your beauty, and you help other people by that. Or maybe you're a musician and you use your gifts and your talents to spread beauty in this world, with your voice or your music or your, sorry, when I'm channeling, words don't often come to me easily. It's kind of very strange because I'm a very much vocabulary-driven person. I have since I was little. I'm guided to share that with you. Someone needs to hear that. I don't know. It's always hard when I'm channeling because words elude me sometimes, and it's frustrating. And then I remember, it's okay. It'll be okay. Because you start shaming yourself, right? This whole human experience is very strange. And when you're also learning to hone your gifts, it's a strange experience too, right? It's the human realm is very, very different. Went off on a little tangent there. I'm not sure why, but someone needed it. So don't shame yourself when you use your gifts. Someone out there is doing that, and it's important that you use your voice. This card is full of blue. It's important that you use your voice, however that looks, kind of like what I was speaking of. And it might be a metaphorical voice, right? It might be playing an instrument. It might be painting a picture. It might be something as simple as just bringing someone some wildflowers. Do things that are creative and beautiful and spread joy in this world to others. Spirit, God knows that we need kindness and love and light in this world right now. And that's not to mean or speak of spiritual bypassing. It's, feel the darkness, move through it, but don't stay there. Don't dwell in it. Add to the light, because that's where we'll grow. That's where it's got to be balanced. You can't have one without the other. You don't know what the light is like without the darkness, but you don't have to stay there. Love is where it's at. Love and kindness is where it's at. And that doesn't mean to be a doormat. Kindness is not a weakness. So, I'm guided to just get just one tarot card to kind of, oh, sorry, I bumped the camera. Spirit, can we have a tarot card or two to round out this message, which I think is just speaking to release what no longer belongs in your life, and make room for new, and start using your voice and your creativity and your energy to spread beauty in this world for yourself, for others. That's what we're here for, to experience joy and pleasure. And, hustle culture no longer belongs. We're killing ourselves, working ourselves to death. Okay, and you just can't make it up. The Ace of Branches, which is actually the Ace of Wands in the tarot, and it typically, the original meaning, the traditional meaning is a passionate new beginning, a creative new beginning. This card speaks to me intuitively of new beginnings. You see this little sapling here that speaks of, and all the green, and there's kind of like a mountain-esque feeling here, kind of where we're going and where we're headed, and kind of dreams that are kind of coming to fruition. They're coming to the forefront, but they're not quite there. And we've planted things and we're cultivating things and we're seeing the new growth. It's not quite there. And this card speaks to me of just keep going, keep building, keep nurturing, fertilizing what the seeds that you've planted, the metaphorical seeds for your life that you've planted, the new beginnings that you want, what you strive for, what your dreams are, and they are coming to fruition with this new moon. So that is it. Those are the messages. I hope they spoke to you. If you'd like a private reading, email me at particlesofsoul, SOUL 328, particlesofsoul 328 @gmail.com. I'd love any comments. I'd love to hear how this new moon is treating you, the energy surrounding it. It's a really beautiful energy for me. It's been bringing up to the surface certain things so I can look at it, and the truth is very much being revealed to me, and I get to choose which path I take. And it's a very different energy. It's very, you start to panic because old things come up and you're like, I thought I was here before. I thought I did this already. But it's really so you can choose even not to go there again. Just, this is what the energy is bringing. And it's a really beautiful energy. It's saying to you, I'm bringing this up one last time. Are you sure you don't want this? And you get to choose, yeah, no, I don't want this. Or yes, I do want this. Maybe I've changed my mind. And that's where it's leading us. So I've seen that several times this past week, and it's kind of fascinating. It's a different energy, and it's lighter, and yeah. So just, yeah, Spirit just, everything got silent. So it's done. I love you all, and I'm wishing you a beautiful week, and reach out and leave me comments. I love to hear from you guys, and you'll hear from me soon. Take care. Peace. I love you.